This is week 6 of the 2010 season. Coach Jim Schwartz and the Detroit Lions are 3-2. We are coming off of the victory last week at home against the St. Louis Rams. We entered the game fired up, having got the exciting victory the week prior on the road against the Packers, having the strike in the final minute to avoid a 1-3 start. Entered with a 2-2 record, going up against the Rams, who are also 2-2. We're both looking to be the surprise teams of the season. We were the two worst teams in the NFL the previous two seasons, and this was a great game in Detroit. They got on the board first with a field goal, 3-0 lead for them after one. They extended the lead to 10-0 in the second quarter. We were able to respond. Stafford a touchdown pass, and then an unbelievable pick six. Feely coming in. Bradford was banged up, and an incredible interception, one-handed grab by King. He would return it all the way for a touchdown. We would add a field goal at the end of the first half and have a 17-10 lead at halftime. Field goals in the third quarter for both sides. We scored a touchdown late in the game in the final 2 minutes, getting ourselves up by 14. The Rams would fight back. They would get themselves a quick touchdown strike, but not able to get the onside kick to have another chance at the end. 27-20, a big victory for us, our first home win of the season, as we improved to 3-2. Detroit Lion fans fired up. We got a winning record. Look at all the Week 5 results. The Bengals got a victory over the Buccaneers. The Browns beat the Falcons. Giants got the victory 21-16 over the Texans. The Chiefs beat the Colts. Packers beat the Redskins by a single point. The Bills beat the Jaguars. Broncos beat the Ravens by a single point. Bears beat the Panthers. Lions, we got ourselves a 27-20 win over the Rams in Detroit, an exciting win for us. The Saints remain unbeaten, defending Super Bowl champions, get an overtime 3-point victory against the Arizona Cardinals. The Chargers remain unbeaten, a 3-point win over the Raiders. The Titans beat the Cowboys. 49ers beat the Eagles. The Vikings, a 44-24 win on the road against the New York Jets. That was Week 5 action. Look here at the players of the week. Noshawn Moreno, the offensive player of the week, halfback for the Broncos, and Jamarco Stanford, the strong safety for the Vikings, defensive player of the week. The AFC defensive player of the week, Paul Oliver, free safety for the Chargers, and the NFC offensive player of the week, Adrian Peterson, halfback for the Vikings. Look here at stats as we get ready for Week 6. Jandre Levy leads with 39 tackles for us. On the team, 13 tackles for a loss. He's been playing great football for us. Delmas, Spivey, and Houston with interceptions. And Williams has a defensive touchdown coming from a scoop and score. King with an defensive touchdown, that huge pick six, 87-yard return. That was an incredible play. And a huge swing in the game. Look at the full defensive stats for us. Jason Hansen is 7 of 9 on the season, 77%. Missing a couple long field goals. Hit the crossbar last week on long field goal attempts, not quite enough. Nick Harris, 27 punt attempts on the season for him. Reese Morris, 24 kick returns. Tony Scheffler has 1, recovering the onside kick to seal off the victory for us last week. Eric King, 15 punt returns for us. Fitzpatrick played most of Week 1 game. Matthew Stafford has played everything else. 930 passing yards, 8 touchdowns to 3 interceptions for a long of 65 yards. 45% completion percentage. He's made some mistakes, but he's made some big plays for us as well. Javid Best leads with 215 rushing yards, 2 touchdowns. Kevin Smith, 195 rushing yards. Maurice Morris, 102 rushing yards. So 3 backs above 100 yards rushing. Best is 2 touchdowns. Smith and Morris have 1 each. Best of the long on the season at 68 yards. Nate Burleson leads with 20 catches. Calvin Johnson Jr. with 17. Aaron Brown with 13. Burleson has 4 touchdowns. Johnson has 2. Brown, Williams, and Lewis, they all have 1 touchdown reception. look here at our opponent coming up. Week 6, the New York Giants. Jonathan Goff and Clint Sintum are tied for leading tackles with 29. Kiwanka has 4.5 sacks. Sintum has an INT for the Giants defense. Dillard has a defensive touchdown for the Giants. Ross has an interception. Lawrence Tynes is 6 of 8 on the season, 75%, a long of 49 yards. He is perfect on extra points. Matt Dodge, 38 punts so far on the season. Dominic Hickson with 9 kick returns. Ahmad Bradshaw with 12. And Hickson, 10 punt returns, 175 yards. 1 punt return for a touchdown. Eli Manning, quarterback for the New York Giants. 977 passing yards, 7 touchdowns to 4 interceptions, along with 56% completion percentage. Brandon Jacobs, 359 yards rushing. Ahmad Bradshaw, 144. They both have 1 touchdown run and are averaging 4 yards per carry. Steve Smith leads with 26 catches. Hakeem Nicks with 21. Kevin Boss was 14. Nicks has 3 touchdowns. Jacobs has 2 receiving touchdowns. Smith and Manningham both have 1. Now I look at some notable stats from around the NFL. Curtis Lofton, leading tackler in the NFL. Under leaving the most tackles for a loss. He's been playing some great football for us. Ellis and Freeney with 8 sacks. They are in the lead. 4 guys with interceptions. But 4, Sanford, Alexander, and Brown. Quite a few guys with defensive touchdowns. Long field of the season, Carpenter and Liddell at 56 yards. No kick returns for touchdowns. There have been 2 punt returns, Reggie Bush and Dominic Hickson, who will be facing. Mark Sanchez has the best quarterback rating, but he is currently injured for the New York Jets. We'll get an update on that soon. Favre with the second best quarterback rating, Hasselbeck with the third. Drew Brees the most passing yards and the most passing touchdowns. Interception lead, Chad Pennington and Jay Cutler both with 11. Campbell and Cobb not far behind. Michael Turner leads with rushing yards by quite a bit, 562 for him. Adrian Peterson, second most, 429. The Vikings have had a bye. D'Angelo Williams leads with 5 touchdown runs. Benson with most per carry, Turner the most per game. Andre Johnson leads with 32 catches. He has the most receiving yards as well. And tied with Colston Jennings and Ocho Cinco for receiving touchdowns. Now look here at the Week 6 schedule. Week 6 will begin Sunday at 1 p.m. The Browns at the Steelers. The 5-0 Saints at the Buccaneers. The Dolphins at the Packers. The 5-0 Chargers at the Rams. The Ravens 4-0 Patriots. The Chiefs at the Texans. The Lions 1 p.m. will be on the road against the 4-1 Giants. The Falcons at the Eagles. Seahawks at the Bears. 4:05 Raiders at the 49ers. Jets at the Broncos. 4:15 Cowboys at the Vikings. Sunday night the Colts at the Redskins. And Monday night the Titans at the Jaguars. Now let's look at the Week 6 schedule. Now here's a look at the NFL standings. 3 unbeaten teams in the NFL. Saints, Patriots, and Chargers. Patriots and Chargers, of course, in the AFC. Steelers with 1 loss. Everyone else with multiple losses in the AFC. NFC, the Saints with the best record. Defending Super Bowl champs are 5-0. Giants right now the second best record in the NFC. They are our opponent coming up. Seahawks and Vikings both at 3-1. We are tied for the 5th best record in the NFC right now at 3-2. Very exciting for Lions fans. AFC North, Steelers are in first place. Bengals behind them by half a game. They're 3-2. AFC South, the Colts are 2-3, but they are right now up at first place. No one with a winning record in that division. Colts defending AFC champions. The AFC East, the Patriots in first place at 4-0. Jets second place at 3-2. AFC West, Chargers at 5-0. Raiders second place at 3-2. The NFC North, the Vikings, they are in first place. They're 3-1. They beat us head-to-head earlier. But we are right now in second place, 3-2. We're ahead of the Packers because we beat them. And the Bears in last place, they are 2-3. Everyone coming off of wins last week. NFC South, the Saints in first place at 5-0. Panthers in second at 3-2. They've lost 2 straight. NFC East, the Giants in first place. They are 4-1. They've won 4 straight games. Redskins in second place at 3-2. And the NFC West, Seahawks in first place at 3-1. Rams second place at 2-3. I'll look here at the injury report. So Steven Peterman, we're still without him for about 6 weeks now. And Dan Connor was banged up in our last game, a dislocated hip. Middle linebacker, he's going to be out, looks like an estimated 6 weeks. So another injury here for us, unfortunately. Look at around the league at some other notable injuries. Packers dealing with a few injuries there. As well, Patriots, they are unbeaten. Raiders hanging in there tough. Rams got a couple guys injured. Avery, a big hit late in the game. Broken ribs, he's going to be out for a couple weeks. The Ravens going to be without Anquan Bolden for a bit here. Steelers, the issues at quarterback. Texans, Matt Schaub out the rest of the season. They got quite a few guys back though, but still 3 listed injuries. Bears dealing with some injuries. So are the Bills. Dolphins some injuries. Frank Gore still out for about 3 weeks for the 49ers. And our opponent coming up here, the New York Giants. They have one listed injury. It is left end Justin Tuck. Very solid defensive player, but unfortunate news for him, this torn tricep injury. Looks like his 2010 season is over. And the New York Jets, they are going to be without Mark Sanchez with an upper arm fracture for about 3 weeks. That's the estimation. Sanchez has the best quarterback rating in the NFL. He's been playing good football, but a tough break there for the New York Jets with that injury. That is a look at the injury report from around the league. And here we are, time for our Week 6 game, going on the road to take on the 4-1 New York Giants. So we are fired up, having won our last 2 games. Previous 2 seasons, a 2-30 combined record, and now a 3-2 record here so far in 2010. So Lions fans are fired up for it. Big challenge going here on the road against the 4-1 New York Giants, who have won 4 straight games. Quick recap at our season so far. The win on the road against the Bears. Back-to-back losses here against the Eagles and Vikings, but we showed some good things in those losses, showed a lot of determination and fight, and were able to get an upset win on the road against the Packers. First road victory against the Packers since the 1991 season, and then a comeback victory here, taking down the Rams 3-2. Got this game coming up here. Got a bye after this bye week, and we can be going into the bye week with a 4-2 record and a ton of momentum if we can get ourselves another upset victory here. Going to give it everything we got. Going up against a strong New York Giants team who started off the season with a 20-10 loss at home against the Panthers, but they've won 4 straight since. Took down the defending AFC champions, a primetime game. Took down the Colts on the road. Low-scoring game, 6-3 over the Titans. They beat the Bears. And then they beat the Texans on the road last week. The New York Giants coming off of an 8-8 season last year, where they started off 5-0 and then ended up finishing out 8-8. And they're off to a strong start here, 4-1. They're going to hope to keep that sort of momentum going. We're going to try to get our 3rd straight victory and really try to make some noise, really try to be competitive here in this 2010 season. Lion fans fired up. Big game coming up here, Week 6. Let's do it. Come on. And here we go. New York Giants, the home team here. They will be wearing their regular home uniforms. And for us, the Detroit Lions. We went on the road here, coming off of our first home win. Back on the road now. We're wearing our regular road uniforms. Let's do it. Big Week 6 matchup. Two teams with winning records, trying to keep winning streaks going. Let's go. Come on.
Today's game is brought to you in HD by EA Sports and Madden NFL 11. Welcome to Giants Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Gus Johnson along with Chris Collinsworth. Glad to have you with us for this head-to-head between the Lions and the football Giants. Who do you see as the key players for this matchup, Chris?
Well, Gus, I've got my eyes on the two quarterbacks in this one. I had a chance to talk to both of these guys, obviously guys that have experience in this situation. They've been here before, and yet it's always so interesting. You can see a different look in their eyes when they're warming up. You know that they know the significance of these matchups, and it just adds another level of excitement to the football game. When you're talking about this kind of talent on the field, this should be a really good one. I know you're excited. I'm excited. Let's get it going.
Interesting, Chris. Great storyline here today, and we'll follow that storyline as this game moves on.
The rain is coming down here. New York Giants, 4-1 record. They've won their last 4 games. The home team here, this is a Week 6 matchup against the surprising Detroit Lions, who entered the game with a winning record, coming off 2008-2009 seasons that combined for the worst record in a 2-season span in the NFL since the merger, going just 2-30 in the 2008-2009 seasons. 3-2 here so far in 2010. Getting the ball to start things off here.
We'll kick it off to get the game underway.
Rain is falling here. We are underway. The kick to Morris. And he's going to get some decent flips. About the 32
will take over at the 32-yard line.
Pushing out there to the left. Here with Kevin Smith.
He gets out to about the 35-yard line. Michael Boley was there to bring him down.
It was not a quickly developing play, but able to get a few yards out of it. And Bass. Oh, he's making a nice game. Rookie.
Let's face it, defensive players get paid for sacks. They were really coming after the quarterback that time, and the delay caught him napping.
The rookie showing a big burst of speed. Now looking to pass here, complete to Williams. That'll be good for about 3 yards.
The defense knew exactly what was coming. They were right there from the outset to make that play.
Another 3-yard gain, first down here. We have 2nd and 7. And Stafford is going to take off, and he's going to get about 10 yards on the line. Matthew Stafford making a good decision, running for it. And that is a solid pickup, new set of downs. Very nice play there. He's gonna get it out to Kevin Smith. And Smith is gonna get picked up at 15.
The Lions have
25
put together a
yards.
good-looking drive here. That's their third first down.
And here we go, opening drive of the ball game. We had a long opening drive last week against the Rams. Ended up going for it on 4th down and came up with nothing. Strong drive here, but we gotta finish it with points. Going on the ground, first down, Alfred to make the tackle for a loss. Gotta finish here. Nothing there on first down, so it's going to be 2nd and 11. Stafford in the end zone, Calvin Johnson Jr. touchdown. Detroit Lions strike first. Alvin Johnson able to get some space there, trying to get some contact early with Johnson Jr.
Such an intelligence there, but also this gutsiness. What an awesome combination.
You can just see right there, Calvin Johnson Jr. getting some space. Stafford seeing it right away. Lions strike first. What a fantastic start to the ball game, driving right down the field, getting a touchdown.
Detroit is up a score. Now it's time to take a look at the drive summary presented by Verizon. Hansen is just about ready to kick this one away. Hickson is deep, looking to return the kickoff.
Hansen boots it Bradshaw back. They did hit
He makes it
from
to
White to
22.
22.
Yeah, the other team just scored a touchdown. They have the momentum of the game. And right now as a play caller, I think you have to be very aggressive, try
Here
and
comes
recapture
Eli
that
Manning.
momentum and get this game going back in your
And the
direction.
New York Giants. Jacobs the carry. It's got about 5 yards.
Racks up 5 on the run. Feeds it to the back.
Handoff up the middle.
Runs for a 4-yard
Scherzinger
pickup.
will make the tackle about a yard short.
Short yardage situation here. They'll need a little less than a yard to convert.
Handoff. Palmer's going to hit him first, and Vanden Bosch
At the 31.
is going to stop him short. It will go on the ground. All 3 plays, and Vanden Bosch making a big stand at the end.
King fields it at the 26. They catch it at the 34-yard line. The Lions got the ball into the end zone on their last possession.
And here we go, the touchdown drive, then the 3 and out from our defense. He's going away so far, trying to keep it going here, starting at the 34-yard line.
Here's the throw.
Across the middle, Calvin Johnson Jr. complete.
The wide receiver is just so key. He's able to manipulate that defense, set him up one play, come back with the exact same look, and break off onto the next. Beautifully run.
Run right side. That's picks up a yard on the play. it out short to his
to
left.
Burleson.
What happened there?
Well, the defense
13
was in
yard
zone
gain.
coverage. They got good pass protection, and anytime that happens, it tends to really stretch those zones.
Things are
wide
going our
balls.
way so far here. East Rutherford. Can we keep it up? First and 10. Play action. Hit hard. But he's got it back. Hit hard. The ball came
Because
out.
an oblong-shaped football really makes for some...
Play action did not work at all. They came right off it. Ball came out. But Stafford able to grab it. Fortunately, it did not roll away. He was able to grab it in time. Dodging a huge bullet there.
They were lucky to get that one back.
Yes, we're lucky indeed.
Obvious passing
Things have
situation
really
here
been
on
going
second and
our
long.
way, but almost a huge play for the Giants. Still a big play for them, a 10-yard loss. Second and 20.
Inside handoff.
Morris is going to make a nice cut. He's going to get about a 9-yard run. The Giant is down. Now he's going to leave the field. Injury for New York. And that is going to bring up a
Facing a third down and 11 situation.
Trying to hustle up here, change things a bit.
Buying time with his feet.
Except for
Jason
really
Pierre
not trying to
was there for the
run.
stop.
Great play by the defense. You always hear coaches talking about whoever gets lower. Get your pad level lower than the offensive lineman. That time this defensive line did exactly that.
Field goal would be pretty long. We have the wind, but it's kind of going more to the right.
Looks like they decided
Big
to
gamble
go for
going.
it.
Need 8 yards to get it. They're trying to make some blocking here. Cut across a bit. Come on.
Searching for
And
open man.
pressure a bit too much.
Gutsy call to a silly call. I mean, this is still very early in the game to be
Well, the pressure came in here from this side. Getting off the block, maybe real quick throw there off the cut.
field
Could have
position.
given a chance for a completion. Would have had work to do after the catch.
The Giants will set up shop
Yep.
at the 36-yard
And
line.
not able to get that block there. Not able
Up the
to get the
middle with
first
the
down.
fullback.
Hitchcock the carry. He's going to shake off the first tackle, get about 6 yards.
They pick up a chunk of about 6 yards. Second down. So second down, the offense needs about 4 for the first. They go with the pitch to the right.
And they really ran right into the blitz. That's a time that a veteran quarterback should have changed.
And can we get a stop here? We got a 3 and out in their first possession. And we're a play away from getting another 3 and out here. 3rd and 4 the situation. They're gonna hand it off. Ahmed Bradshaw, and he's going to get stuffed. William Peterson, who missed last week due to injury, back in the lineup and making a big impact there on a 3rd down play here, getting late in the first quarter. King fumble. Palmer recovers it. We have it. There's a flag, and it is clipping on Julian Peterson, who just made a big play on 3rd down.
And so the defense gives up some yards after the flag.
And what a close call here. King, who made the play of the game last week defensively with an incredible one-handed interception and turning it for the touchdown. Going to fumble right there. And see the call up there above the tackle with the block coming back, so it's going to put us back to the 8-yard line.
But unchecked emotion is a bad thing. You have to be able to control yourself on the football field. That's a big mistake.
Starting way back here. I'm going to go on the ground. Maurice Morris is going to get 3 yards.
Gets about 4 on the play. That brings up second down. He tries to scramble.
To Felton, complete the last play of the first quarter. He'll be just short of the first
Still a
down.
lot of time left, but at the end of one, the score 7-0.
Way more time of possession, 101 yards to 14. They're outplaying the 4-1 Giants here. Can we keep it up? We are really trying to make some noise here. For a huge
It's
win.
third down now and just about the length of the football away
It's
from
4-1
the first
Giants.
down
It is
marker.
3rd and inches here. We're just going to try and get a QB sneak to get a first down. And Matthew Stafford got
Pushes
it.
ahead for the first down.
I like that call there. Put the
Pretty
ball in the hands
smoothly
of one
there.
of your playmakers and let them go to work. Not a big gainer there, but certainly a big first down.
Yeah, nice blocking. Up the middle there. Gave Stafford some room to pick it up. And first and 10 here at the 19. And off to
Gives it to the back.
Morris. And Morris is going to find room for about 9.
At the 28-yard line.
You know you have a pretty special player at the running back position when despite the fact that they're run blitzing him now, he can still get out of there and still come up with a nice game.
It's going to be 1. Stafford gets it off. Calvin Johnson Jr. He's going to have another.
Feel the roar.
Touchdown, Lions.
Detroit.
And we are going to burn the Giants there. Calvin Johnson Jr. And open down the field, and he was off to the races. And the Lions a strong start here. Stafford, Johnson Jr. 72-yard touchdown pass.
Hansen is ready to kick this one off. Bradshaw is back to receive the kick. Dixon takes it at the 12.
Dixon's gonna
He
be
makes
brought
it out to the
down.
28.
Brian Clark is going to be called as a tackle there for a face mask, and that's going to
And
help
the
the
defense
Giants
gives
out.
up some free yards to the offense.
And Gus, I always thought defensive penalties were so much more deflating than offensive penalties. You know, as an offense, you get a chance to make up for it. On defense, though, usually it's big yardage and automatic
Jacobs
first down.
brought down in the backfield.
Tosses it out.
Tries to Jacobs, and he's
Makes a cut. And
maybe 2 yards. Came with the tackle.
from their own
Giants trying to
44-yard line.
avoid another 3 and out.
Still looking for an open man.
Manning going deep, and it's going to be out of bounds.
First down now after the incomplete pass. The offense
And the
wasn't
Giants
able to get
again
on
doing
track during the
nothing
last
on
series.
third.
Now, that series just never seemed to get off the ground. Nothing they tried there seemed to work.
King is back
Detroit has
deep to
been
return.
dominating this game.
Okay, he'll try and return it from his own 10.
The 11. And we will take over here.
They'll get the ball
14
here
point
at the
lead.
11.
Hoping to start another long drive. A long touchdown pass. Last possession. Hand off to Best. And he's going to get a decent pickup for sure. 6-yard gain.
Yards on the run. Second and 4 coming up.
Zephyr rolled out. Felton caught along the sideline. His second catch.
Well, that's a good feeling as a quarterback right there. You see a blitz like that coming, and you get the ball out of there and pick up the first down. Now, as a defensive coordinator, you may be a little more hesitant to call that blitz, and quarterbacks like that.
Stafford trying to give Colin Johnson Jr. a chance downfield again.
Was his intended target.
Pass rush almost got there that
Still
time, and he has to feel a little lucky
coverage.
that ball just
Shut
fell
down.
harmlessly to the turf.
Oh, handoff to Kevin Smith, but nothing really.
Yeah, it really just throws you off rhythm to have a play that game is nothing. You know, usually you're going to get something, 2, 3, 4 yards, and it keeps you in that rhythm. But when the defense makes a play like that, it really throws your offense off.
Stafford.
Good pressure that time, and they forced the bad throw. Not much he could have done with the pocket collapsing like that.
Trying to roll, going to throw. Out towards the sideline, but
Fourth down.
just
The
running out
Lions
of time to
lining
miss
up
it.
to
Having to
punt.
punt away here. Harris punts it well. Haircut's
And he
going
calls
at
for
the
the fair
30.
catch.
It's only a 2-possession game, but still they need to get their offense going before things start to get out of hand here.
Eli Manning leading the Giants here, starting at the 30-yard line. Elmas trying to get in there, complete to Jacobs. The shake attack with Spivey will bring him in.
The Giants seem to be very content
Eli
throwing
Manning's
these short
first
little dinky
completion.
passes. Some offenses just
Coming
nickel
with
and dime
under
you
10
all the way up
minutes
and down the
left
field,
in
which
the second
I
quarter.
suppose at least eats up the clock.
This is second attempt. Giants have barely had the ball. They're still seeking their first down, and that is not going to help them.
Even the slightest twitch
Crease
by an
that
offensive
penalty is
lineman
going to back them
will
up.
fall.
False start makes
Really
it
have a bit of an advantage.
second and
As long as they don't cross
14.
the line of scrimmage, they can jump and flinch and try and get that offensive line to react.
Manning's going to be brought down. It is a sack. And the Lions are continuing to dominate this game. If we keep this up, it'll be an absolute stunner and an absolute message to the NFL. They're really trying to make some noise here. If we can keep this up, big play here, 3rd and 20. Man, he's going to get the screen pass off to Bradshaw. He's going to make a move. He's got a nice game, but it'll still be about 9 yards short.
The Lions came onto the field with a ton of energy that time. They controlled the line of scrimmage and didn't allow that extra yardage.
He's going to make the tackle, spin move, and he'll make the play. Dodge at the punt. King brought down at the 21.
I'm sure they would have liked to have gotten a little better return out of him there.
Boy, he hardly had any room to do anything there. They've got to come up with a better scheme or
Here we
some
go
better
from the
blockers
20.
or something. This guy's a good
Level
punt
start
returner.
this
He's just not
drive.
getting any help at all from his teammates.
Stafford rolling out. He's going to get it to Sheffler. Sheffler up to the 37. His first catch, 16
Lions, they're
yards.
doing a pretty good job in the passing game. The receivers are finding some space in the secondary, and the ball is getting there on time.
Best stuff.
3-yard loss on the play. That'll bring up 2nd down. Facing a 2nd and 13 situation here. Ball on their own 34. The pocket collapsing.
Stafford trying to move up in the pocket.
That was a very good effort by the Giants.
They're now looking at a 3rd and long after the sack. Looks for the safe short throw.
Threw it to Brown.
He's brought down at the 39
And we
yard
get
line.
about 10 yards out of it.
They get about 10 yards there.
So we're going to have to punt
The
it away.
Lions are lining up to punt this one away.
Gotta pin him deep a bit here if we can. Harris. I'll have to punt it. And he will move it down the field, caught by
Returns the punt for the
Hickson.
16.
And White will make tackle on the
He's
23.
tackled and down at the 23-yard line. The offense will start at the 23.
Jacobs, the
on the
carry.
hit. He's whistled down.
6-yard win.
29-yard line. Jacobs.
I think a tackle, 3rd and 6.
Simply getting stuck on nearly every rushing attempt. They need to get a spark somehow because this just does not bode well for them.
Looking for a man.
To the sideline, wait on the coverage, and the Giants still can do nothing here
It
offensively.
just seemed that the defensive coordinator was inside the offensive play caller's mind that time.
Kenny back to return.
Returns
Got
it to
time up to
about
about
the 32.
2:07 left here.
They'll take over at the 32-yard line. Short pass to his left.
Picked off by Rollins.
Has his 10th interception. Touchdown, New York.
And a huge play for the Giants. Didn't see initially. If he got it to Burleson and he was able to turn upfield, it could have been big. If he wasn't able to stay in bounds anyway. Oh, it was clearly not a good decision. And an incredible play, deflected it, bobbled a bit, caught it and returned it over the shoulder. Really an amazing grab. And the Giants, who have had absolutely nothing going with their offense, will get a defensive score.
Lawrence Times is good on the point after.
Matthew Stafford is very costly in this QB. And he's been outgaining them tremendously. After that, it was a tight game. It's a one-possession game. We do have time to make it up for it before halftime. Let's go.
Fields the kick at the 10. He brings it back to the 30.
Can't warning Maurice Morris.
He'll get the help of the trainer, so his day just might be over.
Morris would leave the field. Honestly,
The Lions will start
a
this
terrible
drive
mistake.
at the 30.
Last play, pick 6. Make up for it here.
Dumps it out right.
Stafford to
And the tackle
Shepard.
is made by God.
Complete.
The Lions are picking up nice yardage just about every time they go to the air. I'm not sure what's happening with the defense right now, but they seem a little out of sorts.
To Brown, he's not going to make the
Second
hit.
down. The offense after that incomplete pass.
Dislocated wrist. Maurice Morris. I think his game is in the order. 1:36 left in the first half.
Ops for a short throw.
Stafford to Smith. And Smith is going to get around him. Smith is going down the sideline. Smith inside the 10 up to the 6.
The Giants had almost no chance to defend that one. Matthew Stafford caught him in a
What a
bad
play.
defense on that one, saw the opportunity quickly and got it out of there. Nice job.
And what a play here. Kevin Smith is going to read the blocking well. And then he's going to avoid the dive attempt. Kevin Smith is going to run this all the way up to about the 6-yard line. A huge play here for the Lions. .244 passing yards now for Stafford. Smith with a
He doesn't get back.
area is just going to shut down there.
Well, that's what happens when defensively you get every gap covered. There is simply nowhere to go with the football. No chance for the running back that time.
And the Giants not taking their time out here. They've had absolutely nothing going offensively, so they don't appear to be looking to get the ball for a quick attempt on the field. We're definitely want the clock run down as much as we can here. 9-yard line. We'll be snapping with under 50 seconds. Second and goal. Come on.
Passes it short.
To Calvin Johnson Jr. He's going to get another touchdown.
The Lions go nearly 75 yards in 5 plays with a score.
Allen Johnson is one of the very best in the game today. There's just not too much a defender can really do against him. Even if he has good coverage, he could still lose the matchup.
kick it away.
21-7 here. We definitely deserve to be up multiple possessions at the half. The way we've played. We'll finish it out here in the last 41 seconds. Big hit from White. The Giants didn't appear to be very interested in getting the ball back for a late drive here. So I don't expect them to be attacking, but they come out here 5 wide, so let's see. No one's going deep. It's going to be a short pass to Jacobs. He's going to get some nice yards out of it. Interesting here from the Giants. They're able to get something significant out of it. That is their first down. I believe that's their first down of the ball game. Coming here with under a minute in the first half. And it will take them up to the 39.
He's searching for a receiver.
Now a completion to Nix, who will bring them down. 7-yard gain. They'll take their second time. With just 24 seconds left, but they're moving a bit here. They did not take a timeout earlier. They took a whole bunch of clock off and could have saved some time, perhaps. Manning going deep. Manning broken up. Houston on the coverage. 18 seconds remaining.
Third down coming up after that incompletion.
Jacobs brought down 4th and 3.
Makes his third grab.
And the Giants, if we just let it go in halftime, we're not going to take a timeout and force anything here.
King back deep to return.
And they're just going to punt it here. And they're trying to see if they can get a mistake perhaps from us. Interesting there.
And as we head to halftime,
He's just going to really good against them. Dominating them in stats. Over 200 more yards than we've had it most of the game. Way more time of possession. We should be up more points. One big mistake, pick 6. Still a 21-7 lead and a stunning first half. Trying to show we are for real here. We go for the second half, 21-7 lead here on the road against the New York Giants, trying to show the NFL that we are for real here. This would be a massive victory if we were able to pull it off. We dominated stat-wise
He'll start at the 8-yard
in the
line.
first half.
He makes it up to about the 27-yard line.
No, it's going to happen again on the kickoff. A face mask, this time Tony Scheffler. Forcing a break there. Grabbed face mask on the tackle. And the Giants will start here at the 42, looking to get their offense going. I'm sure they will take that break gladly. Manning looking to throw. And he's going to get dropped.
Something went wrong on that play. You know, you have the quarterback who makes line calls, then you have the center who may adjust the line calls. Just watching that protection, I think something went wrong in the communication between the quarterback or the center. Somebody, that was a mistake.
sideline. King will break it up.
And the pass will fall incomplete. One
4th and 2.
down coming up.
I don't know
Giants
if
do
that's the guy
nothing.
I want to pick on third down when you have to have a conversion. He is tough.
King is the return man.
King we got no problem. It's the second time he's lost it. How do you see what the Giants punted it late in the first half? We've been playing so much better than them. We cannot make mistakes. That's what we've got to avoid. Gotta keep playing strong, but it's gotta be mistake-free ball.
They give it off
Nice
here.
run there, Kevin Smith.
They pick up a
7-yard
chunk of about 6 yards. Second down.
Well, he had negative yards on the game before that carry. Nice pickup there. 2nd and 4 now. Have to go on the ground again here.
They keep it on
Best
the ground
first
with the
down.
tailback. Chavit Best does a great job to get free and pick up the first. Daylight.
Kevin Smith, a big run up the middle. 16-yard gain. New York Giant banged up on the play as well. Detroit Lions fans have got to be so fired up with what they are seeing here.
They hand it off.
Been an incredible performance from Detroit so far. Smith shut down on that play.
And the running back was just fishing for a place to go.
Scrambles away from the rush. And they got it.
Zephyr rolls out.
Jason Pierre-Paul
Brought down.
gets to the quarterback for the first time this year.
Third and 14, handoff to Bass. And there he goes. What a run from Jonathan Best up to the 17. The rookie on 3rd and long is going to get the carry. And picks up 42 yards. The Giants surely thinking we were going to go in the air. They're on 3rd and long, and you can see linebacker picking the wrong side there. Crashed in. Went to the wrong hole. The wrong gap, and Best a massive run there. All the way up to the 17. Look to keep things going here.
They hand it off again.
And Best carry.
Well, that was the perfect time for them to call it blitz. They got in there, threw that ball to gaps, brought down the running back for a short gain.
Here's a look at today's red zone numbers, made possible by Old Spice Body Wash, the greatest smell in the NFL.
2nd and 9 here at the 16. Come on.
Searching for an open
after tries to get rid of it, it's going to be a fumble. It's going to be ruled a fumble. Say the ball went backwards, I guess they call it a fumble, and they're going to say it is Giant football.
Great job getting the recovery that time. There were a lot of bodies around, but his was the biggest that won.
Jim Schwartz definitely frustrated. Maybe thinking what was a pass there. Obviously a frustrating moment nonetheless. It looked like he was trying to pass. I say the throw's going backwards. That was so close. Trying to get forward. They didn't go forward at all. It counts as a lateral. And the Giants are going to get the recovery. We have outplayed them so tremendously, yet it is a 14-point game, so they're still in it, and they will take over here. And Jacobs, he's still on his feet. Strong run for Jacobs.
We'll take a quick timeout while the injured player gets off the field. Looks like he hurt his arm. Tosses left. Hit and drop behind the line.
Almost a second tackle. How long can we keep this success going against the Giants offense? One play at a time. Hopefully we can keep it going the whole game.
He's brought down at the 47-yard line.
Jacobs.
That's his fourth catch.
And here's a big 3rd and 2. If they get it, they'll be right around midfield. We shut them down here.
They'll throw for the first.
Brought them down.
How many times do you see a team perfectly execute a blitz pickup and simply can't block the guy? And there's nothing the coaches could do there. They did their job, but the guys just got overwhelmed.
Sticking with King, showing confidence in him, making the catch cleanly there, getting it up to the 20. Absolute must defense going up again, getting the stop. Smith shut down there.
Let's give credit to the defense. They had a great push there. They got the backfield, took control of their own gaps.
Absolutely nothing available there. Second and 12.
Pass is short right side.
Johnson Jr.
Calvin Johnson takes a
Wilson.
shot. Good defense.
That
Gonna
was
make
a
the
good
play
shot as
there.
a receiver. You've got to know you're going to take some hits. You just have to hold on to that ball.
And 12 halfback screen to Brown. And another 5 yards.
Anytime you get an opportunity to throw the screen pass, it has a lot of benefits, one of which is to simply slow down that pass rush a little.
There's the kick.
Excellent. Takes it at the 28.
Still going, still going.
He takes it out and is tackled at the 48.
Jerome Felton again we're going to call with a face mask penalty, and the Giants remember all the way up to our 37-yard
And it
line.
will come back. Penalty on the offense.
One thing we've learned about this defense, it's hard enough to move the football against them. You cannot help them with these penalties.
Hand off Hedgecock. There's nothing there. He's going to lose the yard.
was a pretty direct route run, so let's give the defense some credit. They got the penetration and made the play.
And keep it up. 10-11 Jacobs shut down. No game.
Still looking for an open
Manning
man.
brought down. It is a sack.
The Lions have been getting back
And the
there.
Giants
Would
with
you say,
tremendous field
with ease?
position, and they go backwards 8 yards and have to punt away. We have been
King awaiting a return.
absolutely dominating this game on the field. Scoreboard
The Angles are
doesn't
out of
show the
bounds at
dominance.
the 26-yard line.
They're still in this
They
game.
could do nothing
2 touchdown
against this
game.
defense
Gotta get
on
things
their
going.
previous drive.
Gotta get more points on the board. Come on here. Let's go. Under 2 minutes left in the third quarter.
Inside handoff.
Kevin Smith.
He's
will
wrestled
be-
down at the 26-yard line.
Scheffler motions to the right. Hammock will go to
Here's
the
the give.
left. Smith brought down.
Looks left. Here's a short
Tim
pass.
Burleson is going to be...
The Giants did an excellent job tackling and keeping things in front of them on that series to force the 3 and out.
Hickson is back deep to return.
That'll take us into the fourth quarter, 21-7.
So at the end of 3, the score is 21-7.
Rainy conditions here in East Rutherford, and we have been stunning the Giants, stunning the NFL right
The
now.
Lions have the
If we
ball
can
and a
hold this
two-possession
off,
advantage as we get
one more
set for the
quarter
final
will
quarter.
be a huge upset and a huge message to the NFL. Giants right now, the second best record in the NFC. They've been able to do nothing
He
offensively.
takes it to maybe the 36-yard line.
There's 7 points coming from a defensive score. Can Manning get something going here for the Giants in a 4? He'll hand it off to
I am a little
Jacobs.
surprised with that call.
Now, at this point in the game,
Forward
you
game.
know that not only is the defense working against you, but so is
Manning
the
looking to
clock.
throw, picked off by
Calling
Manning.
here probably is
Manning
not
landing. And the ball is out now, and who hasn't? And there's a pile at the end of the play. Chaotic play all around.
The Giants win the battle.
And the
They get
Giants, do
takeaway.
they have it back? Was he down? He picks off the pass, tries to make a move. And right now, the Giants have the ball. Well, Manning trying to go deep, hit as he threw it. Manuel, great catch. Trying to make the move. Oh, he is clearly down. Booth is not taking a look. We're definitely challenging.
Jim Schwartz
That is
wants the referee
our
to take
football
another
here.
look
That
at
is
this
an
one.
interception, and he is down.
There's
That's
a
going to be our ball. Let's go.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field is overturned.
Now we have it here at the 43-yard line with 14:33 left in the fourth quarter. Trying to finish off a stunner here against the New York Giants.
Breaking through up the gut.
Big run up the middle, Kevin
Makes
Smith.
the defensive coordinator cringe more than seeing that kind of run, because then it sets up the play action, and there's almost no way to stop an offense if you can't stop the run, and you have to deal with play action.
And the Detroit Lions were historically bad over the previous 2 seasons. Trying to get a huge win here to move to 4-2 in the season.
And he's
Stafford
crushed as he lets it go.
made a pass incomplete.
Brown was the intended receiver on the play.
Field goal go a long way to doing it here. Anything would do.
Goes through his
The
progression.
3-possession game. Complete the
He's
pedigree.
tackled at about the 29-yard line by Dillard. They go
Best
with the
shut
run, and it's
down.
hammered in the backfield.
It's a nearly 48-yarder in rain and wind. Well, certainly not what we were hoping there on 3rd down, but that is what we're going to be going with here. We're going to try with difficult field goal attempts. Things got to be clear. Fitzpatrick on the hold. Hands on the kick. Let's go. And it's good. Just had enough. Just had enough. Jason Hansen. Yeah, it hit the back. It hit the crossbar and went over. He had to kick.
Will kick it deep.
Hit the crossbar and missed. Last week for us, able to get that one. And a huge field goal.
Hickson fields it at the 11. He makes it to the 23-yard line.
Huge hit there at the end of that play. Big hit on the kickoff. And the Lions have just absolutely dominated this game. Eli Manning coming out here. 5 wide for the Giants.
Good coverage downfield.
And they're going to go deep. And they're right on the man. And now the Giants are going to have their biggest play of the game. 64-yarder. Manning to Manningham. the end
He
zone.
catches it, but he's out of
No.
bounds. Incomplete.
Smith caught it. And he was out of bounds. Giants a big completion to get them downfield. And then Smith, yep, he is out of bounds there when he makes the catch.
Jacobs
Hand off to
takes it left.
Jacobs.
He's dropped down at the 7.
Brought down to
Jacobs
7.
runs for a nice gain of 6 yards.
Manning on
Looking
3rd
for a
and
man.
4 to the end zone, broken up, and it'll be 4th down.
Following the pass deflection.
The Giants
Well,
go
at the end of
field
the game,
goal.
you go back
That's what
and
they
you
are going to
basically
try
say
to do.
what happened on 3rd down, and you have a pretty good indication of how that game came out.
They
Good play
wanted
by
an
the
extra
defense.
point here. Times will be right, right through the road, but so not correctly in the middle, but 3 points makes it a 2-possession game once again. They will not get in the end zone. It is 24-10 now, with 10:28 left in the 4th quarter. Times kicks it deep. Clark is back to return the kick. And it'll be right on the 20.
He gets to about the 27 and goes down.
And Brown is
takes
going
it
to
in.
get the carry
He's brought down at the 35.
for his first carry.
You know, one of the
Over
dangers of blitzing is that if you can break that first line of the defense, now
Yeah,
you
nice
just
start
don't
here.
have
We're
the
just trying to
pursuit in
work the
behind it
clock,
to
really.
stop the run.
Work the clock, get first downs.
Flips it out short.
Stafford is going to get off to Felton. It is a big game.
And he's knocked out at the 47-yard line.
Stafford
Matthew
really
Stafford throws the ball so hard sometimes. I'm amazed the receivers can even catch it. They probably have to ice their hands after the game.
Beautiful job up to the 47.
Here's the give.
Best on the carry, a nice run, 6-yard gain.
Best gains around 6 yards on the run.
We're getting closer and closer to finishing off here.
Under heavy pressure. It's
And
complete.
got the
Watch
completion to
reception.
Pettigrew.
I tell you, as a defense, you don't mind giving up a little dinky throw like that to the tight end. That's good defense.
Trying to get the first one to continue eating up the clock here in the 4th quarter.
Fullback straight ahead.
Shut down
Like
there.
this defensive line, just beat them off the snap. Sometimes those guys can try out the quarterback's cadence. And if the quarterback doesn't start changing that snap count, his offensive line is going to really struggle.
I'm going to be conservative. I'm really conservative. I'm going to punt it. Try to pin them back. Let's play defense. Don't want to give them any sort of break here. Harris in the punt.
It bounces out of bounds at the 27.
Oh, that was a terrible, terrible punt. That went about 11 yards. It went out of bounds completely. complete shank there. And the idea behind the punt was hoping we could get them inside the 10, 5-yard line. Would have been better off with the touchback there. An awful punt, not a good looking decision there in the end.
Well, the defense didn't get the sack.
Still is
They got
11
the
yards,
next
it's going to
best
make
thing,
things
and
more
that was a
difficult.
bad
We shut
throw.
them down the first play. Man, into the sideline. Smith is going to make a great catch.
But you never know it if you were watching the quarterback. He stood in there strong,
Did he?
completely relaxed, and made that defense pay that time.
Hopefully the charge for it.
Jim Schwartz wants the referee to take another look at this one. After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field is overturned.
No catch for the Giants. 3rd and 10 now.
Dumps it out right. And he's tackled at the 38.
The next one that he grabs there is going to get the first down.
And that's a pattern that this
Just
team likes to run. You know they've been studying that all week on film, and yet they still can't stop it.
Into the
They're
tailback.
going the ground there with
They
Jacobs.
need to do a better job of managing the clock here.
Yeah, I guess they're thinking
I'm running
we
down
don't
here
wanna
for the
completely
Giants.
abandon the running game at this point, but at some point you have to
Pressure there,
start
picked off by
running to the
Delmas.
scoreboard.
And he's going to return it up to the 33. I think that should just about do it here in East Rutherford. Oh, and he saw something down the sideline there, but he was trying to throw Elma, the INT. And we're up to the 33-yard line here to start this drive.
Dumps it short.
Running in Calvin Johnson
Misses the
Jr.
receiver,
across the
and
middle.
it's incomplete.
And we're gonna hit the line in front
And
of
they
him.
can't complete the first down pass attempt. Second down. Coming
Trying
up.
to get ourselves into field goal range here. And finish this game off. Make it a 3-possession game.
Handoff on the draw.
Basically
4
the new
yards
one.
on that play. And so it will be third down.
Third and 6 here. Yes, in the carrier. It's gonna lose a lot.
Defensive line. It wasn't just one guy, but every
47
guy up
yards.
front
Not
just
an easy
dominated their
field goal
guy at the
here.
point of attack.
Just strike it beautifully here for us. And he does.
He splits the uprights. Makes the long one with room to
Jason
spare.
Hansen,
It
good.
really was, wasn't
47
it? There's no
yards.
field goal kicker jokes going on in the
a look at the drive summary presented by Verizon.
Another look here, the kick from Hansen. Able to get it through. 3-possession game here with just 2:48 left.
Hansen will kick it deep.
The Detroit Lions barring something incredible here in the final 2:48.
Bradshaw fields it at the 11.
They move into an incredible 4-2 record here. We'll be going into a bye next week with a ton of momentum.
Hit hard as he throws.
And going deep. Spidey doing recovery.
Just missed
Breaks
that
it up.
time, bringing him down for a sack, but great pressure to force an incompletion.
This has been a disastrous game for the Giants, who ended the game on a 4-game winning streak. Houston all over. Manning there in a moment.
And if he can get just a little bit more time, there are guys running open down the field. The pressure is getting close, but it's not there. He should take a fraction longer to make that throw.
That's just 1 for 11 on 3rd downs in the game. Broken up by Wade.
And the pass was knocked away at the last minute.
Just terrific play by the defense. They followed the quarterback's eyes, made a quick jump on the ball, and were all over that one.
4th and 10.
He gets off the throw.
Complete to Manning here.
He's dropped down at the 42. They complete a long pass.
Zooming down the
After a
field.
big play like that, it's really important for the offense to get in the huddle and get out, keep this attack going. Right now they got the defense on their heels.
And we'll get the sack. And that should take us to the 2-minute warning here.
So, as we reach the 2-minute warning, we would like to take the time to mention that as part of Breast Cancer Awareness Month, players throughout the NFL will be wearing pink game apparel to raise awareness of the importance of annual screenings. The players will auction the gear through NFLauctions.nfl.com, with proceeds benefiting the American Cancer Society. Visit cancer.org for more information. Folks, it's a great cause.
Manning going to the end zone. Broken up by Houston.
He lets it go.
Complete to Bradshaw.
Conversion situation
Conversion
anyway,
team.
but really not a very bold effort that time offensively to pick up the first down.
Flips out short.
Complete to Hagan, and we will bring him in. Short of a first down.
Big fourth down play. by the
Giant fans
defense.
not
That
happy
time
with what they
now
saw
the
here.
pressure shifts to the other defense to try and make a play.
From their team in Week 6. Detroit Lions are going to get the victory here in a dominant fashion. I'm going to line up and take a knee. Giants can take their timeouts. I don't think they will. We'll see though. Yep. Kneel down there from Matthew Stafford. And a couple more kneel downs will do it. Final score 27-10. Performance even more dominant than that. in complete control of this game. Stafford did make a couple mistakes. Got to clean that up. What an unbelievable performance from the Detroit Lions, who, again, were historically bad over the 2008 and 2009 seasons, the worst two-season record in the NFL since the merger, going a combined 2-30. We are closing in on our third straight victory here, and we're going to improve to 4-2 on the season. And the Giants, after 4 straight victories, they will fall to 4-2. Final kneel down. And Coach Jim Schwartz and the Detroit Lions are going to make some serious noise here. There's going to be some real buzz around the NFL. The Lions, who have been basically a laughing stock, especially the past 2 seasons. Making some noise here so far.
That's all from Giant Stadium. Stay right with us for our post-game highlight show. Here's today's Swagger Player of the Game, presented by Old Spice Deodorant, the greatest smell in the NFL. One player rose above the rest today. Here's the Doritos Crunch Time Play of the Game. Our final score is Detroit 27, New York 10.
This has been a presentation of EA Sports and Madden NFL 11.
And that is all here from East Rutherford. This game comes to an end, a stunner, as the Lions dominate and get the victory. Final score is 27-10. The game was even more dominant than that for us. Felt like it should have been more lopsided, and would have been if we avoided a couple mistakes. But we outgained the Giants 390 to 174. Way more rushing yards, way more passing yards, way more first downs. And we lose the turnover battle. That's what kept the score somewhat close. We lost the turnover battle 2-1. And we were better on third downs. We were not good. We were 2 of 11, but they were 1 of 13. We were 0 of 1 on fourth. They were 1 of 2. We had more penalties. That also kept them in it a bit. We had way more time of possession also. 7-0 after 1. Calvin Johnson Jr. 3 touchdown receptions in the first half. Ross, the pick 6 here. With about 2 minutes left in the first half. Put the Giants right back into things, but we were able to get ourselves a quick response. Field goal here in the fourth quarter, made it a 3-possession game. That was pretty much it. Giants got it back to within 14, gave them a little bit of hope, but then again making it a 3-possession game. The Giants offense only managed to get 3 points, and they were not on the field a lot and did not have much success when they were on it. They were starting to get things going a bit late, but it was far too late. Eli Manning was 11 of 22, 160 yards, no touchdowns, 1 INT. 64 was his long. Brandon Jacobs 15 attempts, 40 yards. Then Hedgecock had 5 yards. He was second. Jacobs 4 receptions, that's the most. Mario Manningham had 2 catches, 94 yards. Nick Bradshaw with 2 catches. Higgins had 1 long of 64. Defensively, Barry Cofield led with 8 tackles. Bruce Johnson had 6. Jay Alford had 5. And an interception from Aaron Ross. He had the pick 6. Lawrence Tynes was 1 of 1, a 24-yarder, and hit his extra point. Matt Dodge 8 punts in the game. Hickson had 4 kick returns. Bradshaw had 2. Hickson had 3 punt returns. And for us, Matthew Stafford 18 of 26. Matthew Stafford, 18 of 26, 287 yards, 69%, 3 touchdowns to 1 interception. 72 was his long. Kevin Smith, 12 rushing attempts, 38 yards. Javad Best, 10 attempts, 65 yards. A couple fumbles from Stafford. He did have the INT, made some mistakes, but had some really nice plays as well. Calvin Johnson Jr., 4 catches. They were very efficient, 110 yards. 3 touchdowns. Felton had 3 catches. Quite a few guys with 2 catches. Quite a few guys with grabs overall on the game. Marvin White led with 5 tackles. DeAndre Levy had 4. So did Jason Trusnick. An interception from Louis Delmas. Nice play there to help finish things off for us in the 4th. Jason Hansen was 2 of 2 with a long of 48 yards. He hit all of his extra points. Nick Harris, 5 punts on the game from him. Maurice Morris, 2 kick returns. Brian Clark had 1. And Eric King's 3 punt returns. Did put a couple balls on the ground there. Got to do better than that. Can't afford fumbles, but was able to get the recoveries. Eli Manning, he was 11 of 22, 160 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 INT, long of 64. Brendan Jacobs, 15 attempts, 40 yards. Hitchcock, 5 yards. He was second in rushing for the Giants. Jacobs had 4 receptions, that was the most. Manningham had 2 catches for 94 yards, that was the most. Nix and Bradshaw also with 2 catches. Defensively, Barry Cofield led with 8 tackles. Bruce Johnson, second. Jay Alford was third with 5. Interception from Aaron Ross. He had the interception return for touchdown in the 2nd quarter. Which gave the Giants hope, kept them in it for a moment, but we were able to get the response. Lawrence Tynes was 1 of 1, a 24-yarder. He also hit his extra point. Matt Dodge, 8 punts from him. Dominic Hickson with 4 kick returns. Ahmad Bradshaw had 2. And Dominic Hickson, 3 punt returns on the game. And that is all from East Rutherford. A dominant performance, a stunningly impressive performance. And the Detroit Lions, maybe for real here in the 2010 season, making some noise. 4-2 record. Let's go. We will have a ton of momentum going into the bye week. Rest of week 6 being played here. We'll get all caught up on the week 6 action and watch the extra point.
This
everyone. Welcome to the Extra Point. I'm Fran Charles from NFL Network. We're set to take you around the league with game recaps, previews, and much more. Let's swing it over to Alex Flanagan, who'll get us started.
Thanks, Fran. Up first, highlights and stats from the weekend's best games, brought to you by Verizon Wireless. Let's start in Minnesota. The Dallas Cowboys faced off against the Minnesota Vikings. Minnesota gave a pretty good offensive showing. Minnesota's defense put pressure on the quarterback and got to him 4 times. The final score was 24-24. The Detroit Lions went up against the New York Giants. Calvin Johnson put up over 100 on receptions for the Lions. Detroit struggled a lot on 3rd down. Detroit earned the victory 27-10. Tennessee was in Jacksonville for an AFC South showdown. Tennessee's offense gave the ball away twice. Jacksonville eked out a 2-point victory.
Here are the NFC North standings for Week 6. Minnesota is on top.
All right, so it's time now to present our top 2 players of the week. Aaron Rodgers was recognized as the Offensive Player of the Week. Here's a look at the Defensive Player of the Week winner.
All right, Alex, thank you. Now here's a look at the entire slate of games this weekend. Great games are on tap for this weekend. Alex will give you a preview of the best matchups.
New York travels to Arlington to take on the Boys. New York is currently 2nd in the NFC East. New York is ranked 3rd in the NFL in sacks. Cincinnati will visit the Georgia Dome to take on the Falcons. The Falcons have lost 2 straight. Tony Gonzalez is the top Falcons receiver in yards gained. Minnesota travels to Lambeau Field to take on the Pack. Minnesota currently shares the top spot in the NFC North. Minnesota is ranked 1st in the NFL in 3rd down conversion percentage.
That'll do it from the studio. I'm Fran Charles from NFL Network. Join us next time for the Extra Point.
This has been the Extra Point, brought to you by Madden NFL 11.
That is all from Week 6. We are 4-2. We will take a quick recap of the Week 6 results. Steelers a victory over the Browns. Saints remain unbeaten. Victory over the Buccaneers. Packers beat the Dolphins 31-21. Chargers remain unbeaten. Win over the Rams. Patriots remain unbeaten. A 2-point win over the Ravens. Chiefs a field goal victory over the Texans. Lions we got the 27-10 victory at the New York Giants. Eagles won by a field goal over the Falcons. Bears a 31-24 victory against the Seahawks. Raiders beat the 49ers. Jets beat the Broncos. Cowboys tied the Vikings 24-24. Redskins beat the Colts. And the Jaguars beat the Titans. That was the Week 6 results. And players of the week. Offensive player of the week, Aaron Rodgers. Quarterback for the Packers. Defensive player of the week, Ike Taylor. Cornerback for the Steelers. AFC Offensive Player of the Week, Sean Green. Halfback for the Jets. And NFC Defensive Player of the Week, London Fletcher. Linebacker for the Redskins. We will get caught up on the injury reports and standings after Week 7. Week 7 is our bye week. Week 7 will be played right now. And now we'll get a Week 7 recap and watch the extra point.
This is the extra point.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Extra Point. I'm Fran Charles from NFL Network. We're set to take you around the league with game recaps, previews, and much more. Let's swing it over to Alex Flanagan, who'll get us started.
Thanks, Fran. Up first, highlights and stats from the weekend's best games, brought to you by Verizon Wireless. We'll start in Tampa Bay. The St. Louis Rams went up against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Tampa Bay's offense lost possession on 2 occasions. St. Louis hung on for the 3-point victory. The San Francisco 49ers battled with the Carolina Panthers at Bank of America Stadium. Jonathan Stewart made it look very easy, rushing for over 125 yards. The Panthers got the victory in OT. Your final score, 24-21. Oakland was in Denver for an AFC West showdown. Oakland's defense came up with 2 takeaways. Denver squeaked out a 4-point win.
Let's turn to the standings now. Specifically what's happening in the NFC North. Here's how the teams stack up for Week 7. Minnesota is on top.
All right, so it's time now to present our top 2 players of the week. Congratulations to this week's selection for Offensive Player of the Week. Congratulations to this week's selection for Defensive Player of the Week.
All right, Alex, thank you. Now here's a look at the entire slate of games this weekend. Great games are on tap for this weekend. Alex will give you a preview of the best matchups.
Pittsburgh travels to the Superdome to take on the Saints. New Orleans holds the top spot in the NFC South. Marcus Colston has the most receiving yards for the Saints this season. Minnesota will visit Gillette Stadium to take on the Pats. The Patriots are winners of 6 in a row. Randy Moss is the Patriots' leading receiver. New England is ranked first in the NFL in interceptions. Washington travels to Ford Field to take on the Lions. The Lions have won 3 consecutive games. Detroit is ranked 31st in the NFL in third down conversion percentage.
That'll do it from the studio. I'm Fran Charles from NFL Network. Join us next time for the Extra Point.
This has been the Extra Point, brought to you by Madden NFL 11.
And that is all from Week 7. Our bye week is in the books. We are looking forward to Week 8. Going well here so far. Strong start to the 2010 season. Everyone in the NFC North with a winning record. Right now we are in second place. We are contending each game. We are fighting to stay in contention here. Come on, let's keep this going here. Let's go Lions.